Hi, this is Miss Cox Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to cite sources using Piktochart. So Piktochart is a great tool for showing research, and right now I have an example here for a topic of world hunger. So I have my topic, I've just gotten started on this, and I copied and pasted a quote from my research notes. Now you'll see my quote isn't that long, but what is long is the URL afterwards, and that looks really messy. So we're going to talk about how to cite your sources and also how to get rid of these long URLs while still correctly citing. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make a section at the bottom, and I'm going to add some text here. I'm going to add a header, and I'm going to call this sources. So I'm going to have a sources section down here at the bottom. Now, what needs to go in here are links to all your sources and the titles of those different websites. So I'm going to go down here to text. I'm going to add a text box. Move it down a bit. There we go. So let me kind of make this a little bit bigger. Well, that was too big. And I'm going to make the size a little bit bigger. How about 20? I'm going to left align. They don't need to be centered. And now I'm going to basically go through and type in my sources. So let's say here's my first source. This is the URL, and the title here is World Hunger. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in World Hunger. I'm going to hit enter a couple times, and for the World Hunger part, I'm going to highlight that, I'm going to select that, and I'm going to link it to the page it came from, which we need to do by here. It took me a second. I was like, where's the hyperlink tool? So I'm going to select that, paste in the URL, click OK. And now the downside is you'll see the little link option comes up here, but it really will only let you link one text box at a time. So basically, I'm going to copy and paste this, make another copy of it. I'm going to add it right underneath. And what I'll do is for my next website, I'll type in whatever the new title is. And the link here, I'm going to change the link to the new website. Make sense? So in your sources section, you're going to have all the titles of the websites listed that you used, and you'll link to each of them. Now, the reason you'd want to do this is because sometimes you're not going to actually have quotes. So sometimes you'll have your paraphrasing. And then when you have a quote, you don't actually want to have the whole URL afterwards. So instead of having the whole URL here, I'm going to just type in the title of the website, which was World Hunger. Now, the one thing you need to do is get rid of the period. The period needs to be moved until after the parentheses. So in the end, it should look like this. So once again, anytime you have a quote, you want to have the title of the website afterwards. It's much cleaner looking than having the whole URL. Have a sources section to list off the titles of your different websites and having links and have links to your websites in that area. That'll cover all the sources that you've completed research from. Yes. So basically any source that you've used for your research, even if you don't use a direct quote, you should list it in the sources section. Last thing, what about images? So the first thing is if you add an image, you need to make sure you're using Creative Commons image. So I found a Creative Commons image already, and to get to this, I searched on Creative Commons, I found the image, and then over here where the little dot 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 is, you click on that and go to download all sizes. Now I can right click on this, go to save image as, I'm going to save it on my desktop, and now over here in Piktochart I can go to uploaded images, I can go to upload image, and I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to grab that picture. It'll take a second to upload, and then I should be able to add it in. Oh, there, whoa, too big. Go away, too big. So let's go with, let's say I want it up here. I'll make it way smaller so it doesn't take up my whole space. Oh, you know what? One downside to this is you can see, you can stretch it so it's really tall, or stretch it so it's really wide and fat. You want to make sure when you are changing the size of something, you want to click and drag from the corner and hold down Shift in this program. That way, when you hold down the Shift key, it will automatically make sure it's not changing the ratio of the sides. Basically, that means it'll make the image look clean still and not squash it or stretch it out. Last thing, after you have an image, what do you need to do? Hopefully you're thinking, I need to cite who created it. So remember, with Creative Commons are great, but you do have to cite who created the text. Or who created the image. In this case, the creator is the Factionist Ethical Apparel. And if I want to see if they have a name, I can go to a little drop down here and go to Profile. And in this case, the group does not have a name. They are just the Factionist Ethical Apparel is their name. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. The Factionist Ethical Apparel. And I'm going to add also Flickr so I know where it's coming from. The last thing you might want to do is add a link from the image to the original image. So I'm going to click on the image, click on the hyperlink tool, and here I'm going to go back to the image here. I'm going to copy this URL, paste it in, and I'm going to click OK. And now people will be able to click on that image and it will take them to the original. Okay. So those are kind of the different ways of citing sources in Piktochart. I hope this was helpful, and good luck with your projects. Thank you.